Hello from Bangkok, Thailand. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Jason.
We retired early to pursue our love of travel, and we use this channel as a video diary of our travels. We are in Bangkok. It's our last day. We did a little bit of a video from Da Nang right before we left, so I'm going to put that in first, and then we'll come back to now to cover
Bangkok.
Bangkok. So we're going to talk about our last couple days in Da Nang. We really haven't done much. The last time we were filming, that day we just walked on the beach and did more walking.
We walked and walked.
That's our normal daily routine. The next day we were supposed to go to Marble Mountain, and we ended up talking ourselves out of it, which we're really good at doing. It just, I don't know, maybe we should have gone, but it just didn't appeal to me.
We thought we'd have more fun walking.
Yeah, and we did. That day we walked to the river, back near the Dragon Bridge, and then just walked along the waterfront.
Which is much more local.
Yeah.
A local experience.
Yeah, it's such a difference from here at the beach, which is like the United States, to a 20-minute walk and you're back in Vietnam. So
it's like a multicultural area of the United States.
Yeah. And then we had that night dinner at Mayflower, my favorite restaurant. And then
Our fourth time.
That was our fourth time.
5 times total.
Yesterday we went and got our laundry done again
At the Bestie.
at the Bestie Laundry. And then we decided to go to the beach. It was our last day, so we figured we had
Even
to
after
go
last time we said, we could see the beach.
from afar. So we did go. We had found, when we walked on the beach south the other day, a really not private, but empty beach area with lots of palm trees and shade. And so we walked down there, and it was maybe, I don't know, 10-minute walk, like that. So we found a shady area, hung out, and we were under palm trees, which was really nice.
Nice and shady.
Shady. And we were not directly under a palm tree, but the whole time,
Sort of in a cross section of palm trees.
yes, the whole time, what were you saying?
There's a lot of coconuts up over us, and this is how people die from coconuts. And they didn't have any signs, which is actually kind of surprising.
And the front row of trees didn't have coconuts.
Yeah,
like they'd come through and taken those out.
And we have seen them doing that, so they know that's a real danger.
So, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever, we're not near the coconuts. And we were probably laying there.
Well, I laid there forever saying I can't lay back because there's coconuts above me.
Yeah, and I'm laying down
looking
looking at coconuts.
I kept thinking, if one falls, I could put my arms up and push it out of the way. And you were like, no, that would never happen.
So
No one dies from coconuts.
I was laying and reading, and then I sat up and,
Well, because I was going to move my towel
oh yeah, you were gonna move to get into the shade
more
again.
into the shade and away from the coconuts.
And all of a sudden, there's a giant splat.
And a killer coconut fell and
About what, 4 to 5 feet where my head would have been?
Yeah, probably.
And it fell hard enough to like break it open. Coconut juice went flying. So we did move our towels, since we were in the process anyway, to a part where we were not in the coconut zone. And then someone came over right away and snatched our coconut up and,
Tried to eat it.
well, they drank it.
Yeah, drink it. So yeah, it's a real danger. Be aware.
My life flashed before my eyes. So we spent probably, I don't know, 2.5 hours on the beach, which was really nice and shady, which was my favorite part.
Yep.
But the beach is so empty down there. It's a lot different than, not that the beach, I wouldn't say it's crowded, but it was very quiet in that area.
Warm water.
I didn't get in.
I didn't get in on the way. Just waiting. It's pretty warm.
And then we went to dinner at Mayflower again. So the night before, Jason got sesame something.
Mom sesame
with tofu. And the tofu came out
crunchy.
Super crunchy. It was like eating fried chicken. It was so good. And I was like, I had regular tofu, and I was like so jealous the whole time. The last bite, you were like, I'm eating the last bite. So we went last night because I thought about this tofu the whole day. And of course,
disappointment.
It was the disappointment. It wasn't very crispy.
It was still pretty good.
I mean, it was good, but
yeah, we could have gone somewhere else.
The crunch, I really wanted the crunchy tofu. But anyway, that was fine. And it's so inexpensive.
Yeah.
I think our bill was $13.50 or something.
And probably the best Chinese restaurant I've ever been to that I can think of.
And then we walked north on the beach to the DJ area. The Go-Go Girls were out again. And then he actually got some people up there dancing with him. And then we came back.
They studied their dance style.
Yeah.
They don't move their legs. It's a lot of just hand movement.
But like non-crisp. Like
yeah.
Flinging hands.
And not organized. It's interesting.
It is interesting. And then we stopped at our favorite B&B bakery and had ice cream, mainly because we had cash to spend. And we still do. We need to go get some airplane snacks. So today we just got up. It is 9:30. We had breakfast. We are almost packed. We just have to play Tetris and fit it all in the bag. And we have to check out at 11. I thought it was 12. So I guess we'll go get some snacks and then call our Grab to go to the airport. So other than that wraps up our time in Da Nang. I've really enjoyed our time.
Me too. I just want to hear about the money.
But I would come back to Da Nang. Definitely, I think.
Yeah.
It's
a very nice place.
Yeah. It's been so easy, I guess.
But we also said we'd go back to Hawaii.
I would go back to Hawaii.
Maybe a week there, a week here, and a week on the other side of the river.
Yeah, or somewhere. But no, I really liked it. I think it's growing, but it doesn't seem to be growing in like the way that some places are growing in a way that doesn't seem sustainable. But I really liked it.
Yeah, it was a very nice place.
So we will talk about the budget, which is not good news.
No.
I'm ignoring the nearly $4,000 that we spent on extra tickets. I'm just talking about what we've spent here in Vietnam. So we spent one night in Da Nang when we first got here, 4 nights in Hue, 6 nights in Hoi An, and 14 nights back in Da Nang. So for a total of 25 nights. We spent $2,114. Well, $115 basically. So we try to stick with a $55 a night average, and we averaged almost $85 a night, which we knew was going to be high because this hotel is like $90 a night, I think.
Yeah.
But we wanted to be
closer to the beach.
Close to the beach. And
not on the beach. I know where.
No one's on the beach. Well, there's little places to the south. But I mean, this hotel in the U.S. would be $300 or $400 probably a night.
I would guess.
Yeah. So overall, for our 25 days in Vietnam, we've spent $3,075, which is one of our most expensive months.
For the cheapest place that we've.
And it's not a full month. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's because of our hotels.
So it could be much cheaper.
It could be. And you could stay here for much cheaper. So we could have definitely saved money. So the hotel was $21.15. We've spent about $125 in transportation, including, I estimated what it'll cost to get it to the airport today. About $124 in groceries, including what I think we'll spend on airplane snacks. And that's, again, mainly water, drinks, chips, peanut butter.
Yeah, Bluewater's kind of expensive.
Restaurants, we spent $453. That's 25 days of eating out every day, including either an ice cream or desserts or a smoothie. So very, very inexpensive. I think I did the math earlier and it's like $18.75 a day or something, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
For household personal, which is, you know, any personal items like shampoo or soap or lotion, plus laundry, it's mainly laundry, we spent about $48 because I think we've done our laundry 3 times while we were here. And then finally admissions were $203. But that was $100 to go to the DMZ when we were in Hue and $50 to go to the memory show. So outside of those 2 things, we spent $50-some.
Yeah, which those were splurges.
Yeah, those were unusual things. So overall, I knew it was going to be more expensive because of the hotels. Because even Hue and Hoi An, I think, was $75 a night, and I think Hue was $65. So I knew we would be over, but that's okay.
The way the cookie crumbles.
So we'll get back to filling you in on our time in Bangkok.
I bet you can't wait.
So we're just gonna run through quickly what we've done here. We've been here 7 nights. Would have been 6, but we had to add a night because we changed our flight. We haven't really done the big tourist attraction things in Bangkok. We've mainly seen hospitals, malls, and movie theaters.
And some parks.
And some parks. So we'll just go through that really quickly. The first day, and I apologize for probably a lot of construction noise. The first day we decided that we were going to go get our medical testing done at
some hospital.
I call it Bumgardner. It's not. But they had packages, but we didn't want a package, so we just decided to show up. Of course, we take the Sky Train and then have to walk, so you get there and you're just melting. And it was confusing. We knew to go to the heart hospital. It was really crowded. Then there was a phone call involved. Then it was like, go to registration, which we did, but no one could tell us a price or timing or anything really. So
yeah, I can barely remember it, but it was confusing.
Yeah.
But so was the second place. But so probably if we just stuck it out, we might have found it might have been easier. But we just were kind of like, it's too hot.
Yeah.
Let's just give up on this.
We gave up.
Let's go to the mall.
So we did actually go to the mall that day. Oh, I have to say our flight to Bangkok was uneventful.
Yeah.
We did wait maybe 30 minutes to go through passport control, but that was not a big deal.
Yeah, it was quick.
And the airport rail line to the hotel was very easy. We did go to the mall that night. We're right next to the MBK Center or mall. And we don't normally spend every day in a mall, but it has air conditioning.
So it makes it a nice place to
walk. Yeah. So the day after that, we decided to go to a different hospital. So we went to Bangkok Hospital. We knew from online that they had a package for the calcium CT scoring test that we wanted. So we felt like that might be easier because we had something to show them that we wanted.
Although they knew what we were talking about at the other hospital, they seemed to. But this one, it was a package available that you could do. So we thought, well, and you could order it online, but the payment was kind of weird.
And then you had to schedule it through like a phone call.
Yeah, all the stuff that
is hard.
It was a little bit harder. Yeah.
So we went to the hospital, and did we go to the heart hospital first?
Went to the heart hospital first. They told us to go. No, they sent us upstairs. We talked to a lady. She said go over to this other section, so we went over there. And then they sent us back to the heart hospital. They registered us. They sent us the registration. We got registered. They sent us back to the heart hospital. They asked us what we wanted.
Yeah, and there was an international registration counter, and they used our passports, and that took under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the heart hospital across the street, and they took our vitals, like took us into a room and measured us, took our blood pressure. Mine was elevated. She's like, oh, and I was like, I don't really have high blood pressure. I don't know how well that went. Translation.
She's like, sure.
Yeah, that's what everyone said.
Look at you.
Rude. So then we went back to the lobby, and it was, I mean, they were telling us things, but we weren't 100% sure. So we ended up waiting for our CAT scan, which we ended up waiting like almost 2 hours.
I guess, yeah.
Well, and then like at one point I went to the bathroom, and the lady came and talked to you, and I came back, and you're like, I don't really, something about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's always kind of confusing. But it turned out it was right. She said wait here, but
yeah.
Who knows? Anyways,
So we both went, they took us downstairs, we both had our CT scans that took maybe 5 minutes. Yeah. And then they told us, go eat lunch and come back in 90 minutes.
So since we were having our arteries checked,
we went to Burger King.
Went to Burger King.
We went to Burger King because it was across the street.
After the study.
Yeah. And we had ice cream. So we come back at the allotted time, and they called us back together, and we met with the cardiologist, and he just very briefly asked medical history, and then gave us our results, which we both have 0.
Which is good.
Which is good. And that meeting with the cardiologist was maybe 10 minutes for both of us together.
Yeah.
Wasn't much. So from the time we walked in the door at like 10 a.m., I think we left at 2 or 2:15. So in 4 hours, we walked in the door of a hospital, registered, had a test done, saw a doctor, and ate lunch. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And it wasn't that expensive.
No, I think it was $315 for both of us, I think.
Yeah, the test itself was pretty equivalent to the USA, but the cost of the test itself, but all the other hassles.
Yeah. Well, we'd need a referral in the US, and we'd have to pay to meet with a cardiologist, which I'm sure insurance wouldn't pay for.
Yeah, but your primary care can order it. You still have to pay the PCP cost. Yeah. It was still cheaper than USA and way faster.
Yeah. And that day we did take a Grab there and back. Well, we took a Grab there because we knew we would be too hot.
Yeah.
We were going to do some version of public transport back, and we started walking and got to an area that we didn't even know where they wanted us to go, and there were too many roads to cross that we shouldn't be crossing.
Yeah, so the roads are just constant lines of traffic.
I mean, they're major roads. There were no stairs to get over. So we just...
Bangkok's Google Maps is not the best.
Yeah.
And it's just...
So we just U-turned and went back and called a Grab. And the next day we went to, I'm going to call it Lumpini Park.
I'm sure that's how you say it.
Oh, it's Lumpini.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So we went to this park. We had to take the SkyTrain, and it's probably one of their bigger parks. And they have water monitors, which are only native to several countries in Southeast Asia, and they're protected. And they had tons of them.
Lots.
So we just...
Which is kind of surprising when you first see them.
Yeah.
Because you're like, what?
And they're a little scary.
Yeah, and they're walking all around you, right by the water, and they can be
mean.
A little dangerous and mean. But I don't know about mean, but I think they stay clear of me mostly.
Yeah. Which after we saw them again, you realize they don't really want to be near you. But
yeah,
we watched them swimming and walking and all that stuff. And we walked all around that park, and we watched more water monitors in a different pond. And then we were really hot, so we went to
Cafe
Amazon to get a
fruit drink,
slushy drink. And on the way back, we found 3 or 4 water monitors at the bus stop right on a major 6-lane road, eating from a pile of leftovers.
So it was more than leftovers. It was like a restaurant dumped everything.
Yeah.
A
It
giant
was
pile
rice
of
and noodles, and it smelled like soy sauce.
and something else that they seemed to like.
Like fish or something. It was just like a bucket of leftovers that someone dumped.
Giant bucket.
So they were weeding through that. They didn't like the rice or the noodles, but then they had like rice stuck all over them, and they're splashing it around. And then eventually a bus pulls up, and the little bus driver guy gets out and dumps out a bag of chicken wing bones.
They're like that. At least one of them did.
Yeah. But
They're
they kind
not-
of fight
yeah.
over the food.
Yeah.
So,
They're like lizards, though.
Yeah.
They're not like a dog running over to eat it.
no.
Sort of like, what is that? I guess I'll eat it.
So we watched that forever. And then we found a good grocery store that day down the street that was not in a mall. So no one was there, which was really nice.
More of a local feel.
Yes.
It's like a mini mall. Or
Yeah.
kind of mall. Like very empty. The grocery store was empty. That was
And there
really
were
nice.
some like food things on the bottom floor. Yeah. But no one was there. It was very nice.
Compared to the other malls.
Yeah. And then Sunday we went to Icon Siam Mall. So we had to take the SkyTrain, and then we had to take a ferry from the BTS station to the mall, which was kind of fun, a water ferry. And we walked around. We ate a chocolate chip cookie.
We walked around.
And then we came back.
And the malls aren't as cool as you'd like them.
No, they're air conditioned.
They're air conditioned, but it's not the same.
But you walk in from getting there and you're like, oh, it's so cool in
Yeah.
here. And 20 minutes after walking, you're like,
Sweating.
it's
yeah.
hot.
It's hot. It's
Yeah.
a hot place.
A very hot place. So that night we came back and we went to the mall across the street and saw Project Hail Mary movie. So we saw the movie and got popcorn and water for under $20.
And the popcorn was not good.
Popcorn was funky.
We picked cheese, which
Cheese with cheese
Cheese
balls?
balls.
I don't know what we ended up with. We ate it, but
some we didn't even finish it though.
yeah,
That tells you
that's
something.
if I don't finish a tub of
Yeah.
popcorn.
You didn't really have much interest.
No,
I had to eat a lot of it.
which is rare.
And it was gross. I mean, it wasn't gross. It was just like a bad
It
taste.
didn't taste good, yeah. And then on Monday we went to Chulalongkorn, something like that, University, to the Natural History Museum. So it's on a college university campus, and you just walk into a biology building basically.
First, you just walk on the campus and
Yeah.
see all the students, and everybody was at lunch.
Yeah, and it had lots of like bones and taxidermy.
Sort of like all the stuff when you were in junior high school that they maybe had in jars in different places
From
has
the
been collected
60s.
there. Yeah, but I mean the stuff they had from the 1800s.
Yeah, like the taxidermy and stuff. But it was in bad shape.
Bad shape, but it was interesting.
The building was really interesting because it was old. It had a second little like half story. They had two horse skeletons, and they both had lanterns hanging on them, and one had a little decoration for Year of the Horse, I'm assuming, for New Year's.
Had a whole room full of turtles.
Yeah.
Plasticized turtles. I mean, I guess they were real at one point.
Yeah. And then we went to, where did we go? Oh, the Botanical
Yeah.
Living Plant Museum, which we just walked through for 30 seconds and left. And at some point we went to all the other Siam malls. I don't know if it was that day or not, but I don't think I have it written down. But it's weird because the malls are like all connected to each, not every mall, but like we started in one mall and we ended up going through 3 malls because they all connect.
Yeah, that was a couple days before, but
Yeah.
it was like the second day we were here or something like that,
Yeah.
second or third. But yeah, it gets confusing. And you start thinking if there was a fire,
Where
because
was
the escalators are all in, they don't, it's not like you have one all the way down. It's like it's over here, and then
and
it's
you
like
walk over there,
walk way over there, and it's over there.
And that mall was weird because there was some funky, a lot of like Japanese brands, like stuff you wouldn't think people would wear. Then the last mall of that section, the Paragon Mall, is super high-end luxury goods that we don't know who actually buys any of this stuff.
Who purchases it? How much do they sell them today?
Yeah. And then finally yesterday we went to the Central World Mall. I'm so embarrassed.
Well, it's just too hot.
Yeah.
You go outside and it's so hot.
Yeah.
I mean, within 10 minutes, you're like, okay, I gotta go back inside.
Yeah, I mean, you're covered in sweat. I have to carry paper towels and wipe my face off the whole time.
It's pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you just, and the people that live here are in jeans, sweaters, sometimes
Hats,
long sleeve shirts with hoods.
face masks.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, other people are in like summer clothes, but I'd say it's a heavier mix towards fully covered.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes
sunny.
like shirts and sweaters and a jacket
Yeah.
and pants. And it's 95, 97 degrees out.
I don't think they're walking as far as we
Yeah.
are walking.
Yeah,
but-
no one walks really, because they have a scooter. So we went to Central World, we walked around, and then we went to see another movie. And we saw, what was it, Hoppers? Hoppers, that animated movie. It was cute. Again, we got tickets and popcorn, and I think we spent $18.
And the popcorn was much better.
Yeah.
Just plain. It was butter, I guess.
Yeah.
Plain.
And to
But-
go to the mall, or two movies
Yeah.
twice, and spend less than $45.
Yeah.
That's why we went again. So,
But the popcorn's still not warm.
You're stuck on the popcorn. So that has been our exciting time in Bangkok. I feel slightly guilty that we didn't go to like any temples or the Grand Palace, but it's kind of like we're to the point
We've seen a lot of that.
like we don't go to cathedrals anymore. If we have to pay to go in a cathedral in Europe, we're not going in. I don't know why I feel bad because it's like what you should be doing, but it's too hot.
Yeah, it's just living.
Yeah, we're just living.
And finding a cool place to walk.
Yeah. So we are wrapping up. We leave today in, we're going to check out probably in 30 minutes.
30. I thought we 12.
Well, we got to get,
Okay.
yeah. So our whole trip has been about 3 months. We started off, let's see if I can do this. 2 nights when we arrived near the airport in Bangkok. Then we flew to Chiang Mai and we were there, Thailand, we were there for 3 weeks. Then we flew to Siem Reap, Cambodia, and we were there for 2 weeks. Then we flew to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. We were there for 2 excruciating weeks. Then we flew to Da Nang, Vietnam. Stayed 1 night there. Then we went to Hue, Vietnam for 4 nights. Hoi An, Vietnam for 6 nights. And then back to Da Nang for 14 nights. And then we flew back to Bangkok and we've been here 7 nights. A lot of flying and a lot of packing. And
Yeah.
but at one point I was like, okay, this is good, I'm ready to take a break. But then like the last 2 days, I'm like, I don't want to go home. But we are ready for some freshy clothes. And
Cooler air.
Cooler air. Yeah, just the comforts of home. But how did you like our first trip to Southeast Asia?
Yeah, it was good. It grew on me. In the beginning, I had to learn a lot of the history. And once you learn a lot of that, then there's history everywhere. So you can appreciate it more once you.
And the thing we noticed, like, everything was surprising that first month, probably 6 weeks. Like, oh, that's weird, look at that. And now we are so used to what life looks like here, that we never see anything that we're like, well, that's really weird. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. Scooters everywhere. Scooters pulling things you would never imagine. It just becomes normal.
Yeah.
Everyday life.
So like what was once like a novelty item is now everyday living. But it takes some of the excitement out. When you do a shorter trip, you're like, wow, the whole time. Do you have a favorite? Oh, I love Southeast Asia. I think I've liked it more than you.
Yeah, it's the food, at least the food in Thailand. Yeah, although I like the
The
Vietnamese.
food's been good. Yeah.
I would
We
say
just
it's better
prefer
than
Thai
Europe.
food. Yeah. My thing that I like about it is that everything is so affordable that we can, I mean, we've been to a restaurant nearly every single day we've been here, but we can also stop and get coffee or a smoothie drink or ice cream and not even think about what that costs.
Yeah, but much more reasonable to live that way.
Yeah. So you can do more and you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, I spent way too much money today.
Yeah. I mean, you get the end of the day and I'm like, we only spent $30 today.
Yeah.
And that's pretty, $30 would be a high spend day
Yeah.
for us. And that would be like a treat or a coffee or something in addition to eating and probably stopping at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So you can't really beat it for affordability. And you could have traveled much cheaper than us for places to stay, for sure. Do you have a favorite country or place we visited?
No, it's probably still Thailand. Same with you. The food's the best. You can get hot food. Spicy hot food.
Yeah, but I really liked Da Nang, Vietnam.
Yeah, that was nice too.
And Hue. I liked Hue and I wish we had stayed there longer. I loved Siem Reap. I think Phnom Penh really like spoiled that part a little bit for me of like Cambodia.
I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe just not 2 weeks in Phnom Penh.
Yeah. I definitely like Thailand's food the best.
And Thailand just seems the most progressive or something.
Ready
to
for
me.
tourism.
Yeah, like good well, they all had good infrastructure. I don't know. It's just something. I don't know. It just seems a little easier in Thailand.
I would say I'm completely shocked that we have had virtually zero communication issues. I don't think we've really ever used Google Translate because everywhere we've been, we can interact in English, which if we're dumb Americans that only speak one language, I'm glad it's English. So that's been really nice. It just makes life easier. What else?
Packages are hard to open. I did see that. They are hard. You can't. It's just hard. You have to have a knife.
And it's surprising to me how different each place has been. Like we just left Vietnam and they honk for everything while driving. We're in a city of 11 million people and I don't think I've heard a single horn.
Yeah, they don't honk much here.
Yeah.
So Phnom Penh, they flash their, Siem Reap, they flash the lights.
Yeah, but they did a little honking.
A little honking, mainly light flashing.
And then just, I don't know, everything just feels different in how they do things, the type of public transportation. So Thailand had the tuk-tuk, but it was like the motorcycle pulled one, which is kind of called a remorque in Cambodia, but they were a little different. You get to Cambodia, they have the little metal sardine can tuk-tuks everywhere, which I really like those for quick trips. You get to Vietnam, they don't really have either of those, did they?
It's mainly cars and scooters.
Yeah, and then you get back to Thailand and you go back to the bigger ones, so it's just interesting how that all changes, and the food is completely different, especially if you go Thailand versus Vietnam.
Yeah.
Cambodia, I feel like, was a mixture,
More
Thai to me.
Thailand without the spice.
Yep.
To us.
And then Vietnam was just completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, more meat. harder to find vegetarian options.
Yeah, or tofu.
But Western food in Thailand is much cheaper.
And Vietnam.
Sorry, Western food in Vietnam is much cheaper.
Yeah.
Even compared to Thailand. Like
Yeah.
Western food here is more expensive.
Yeah. Well, I guess we've had pizza and fish and chips, but still, I think even in Bangkok, I think the fish and chips was our most expensive meal, and it was $21, I think.
And it's fresh fish. You pick
Fresh
your own
fish,
fish.
yeah, from a board.
Yeah.
So the food quality is
Very good.
much better.
And the cleanliness.
Yeah, I feel Thailand's the cleanest.
Yeah, I mean, but they all did a lot of cleaning. Even Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, even they used chicken water to wash things.
We have not seen another market like
Meat
we
market.
saw in Phnom Penh. We smelled one here. We felt like
Yeah,
that scent will stick with you.
yeah, it's around.
And everyone's been friendly. I don't think we really had any unfriendly
I
interaction.
don't think so.
And
Yeah.
I definitely want to return.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
I would not do 3 countries in one trip.
Just one.
Yeah, it's because that just builds cost and the time involved.
But you can see why people move here.
Yeah, and I definitely think I could live in Thailand or Vietnam.
Yeah. Da Nang.
Da Nang, yeah. Da Nang was really, and I see why it has lots of expats.
Yeah.
You've got the beach.
Yeah.
You've got lots of westernized things
Restaurants.
that feel comfortable,
Yeah.
or Vietnamese,
Yeah.
Indian.
Lots of Indian food.
So I will gladly return to do one country at a time.
Yep.
And we get to go home. We have no travel on the books, which is very, very sad. Oh, we did not talk about the weird thing at the movie theater.
Okay. I don't remember.
A thing comes on and they want you to stand to honor the king. And it's, I don't know, it's probably a minute video, like a
Yeah.
montage of pictures of the king doing all these wonderful things. We did not see anybody stand because I was
No.
looking around like, do we
Yeah,
have to
because
stand?
everybody.
But and there are words up there. We just obviously can't read them. They weren't translated, but it was interesting.
Different.
I know someone that would love to have that in the United States. But overall, I've loved our trip.
Yeah, it was very nice.
I think it was kind of like Phnom Penh, and then it rose back up.
Smile of life, the smile of the trip.
The trip smile.
Yeah.
But since then, it just turned around, and so that was like the low point. But it wasn't that bad. Like I feel like
I don't have that feeling, but I mean, it wasn't.
ideal.
Yeah, you could have just done a week there. I would have been
Yeah.
fine with a week. I think the whole single white man
Yeah, that was weird.
experience, middle-aged man, and then you figure out why they're there, and that those people are sometimes spending the night at your hotel. Well, the men are definitely spending the
Yeah,
night, but
but
sometimes they
so are
have
their
guests at
friends.
breakfast. And you're kind of like, oh, that's a little, yeah, so just a different kind of feel
Yeah.
when you start noticing that.
And even things like credit cards. Bangkok credit cards are pretty much everywhere. Sometimes they charge you a fee. Chiang Mai was hit or miss. You get to Cambodia, which you would think, well, this is less developed. You could pay with a credit card anywhere there, and they were majorly into QR codes, but like many different companies. So you would go to a counter and they would have like the little, I don't know, pop standy things on the counter for like 6 different QR codes depending on what company you used. Vietnam was mainly credit cards, no problem. Some had a fee. But I would think Thailand would be more advanced in that part. So it's just weird
Yeah, different things.
differences.
Yep. But Okay. I guess we're done.
I guess we're done. I don't know when we'll film another video because we don't have any.
Well, we're hoping to still go to Poland.
Yes, hoping to go to Poland.
Just gotta get some plans together and see how much gas costs.
Yeah, I'm really worried about the flight. And we were going to plan it, but we didn't know if we were flying back on Etihad or using our new flight, which we had to use our new flight. So I didn't want to book something and have a credit sitting at an airline.
So we'll see what happens.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.